Now, not everything here at the show is a finished good. Some of it is just components. So we're here at the Corning booth where they've had some pretty impressive demos where they show us the break resistance of their Gorilla Glass. So they had a ball bearing dropping down. Hopefully we're going to have some B-roll here showing you what happens to regular glass when that happens, what happens to aluminum when that happens, and what happens to Gorilla Glass when that happens. But this is sort of a more practical demonstration of why I personally like devices with Gorilla Glass. So this is my HTC One. It's very important to me that it's difficult to scratch the screen because there's a number of things that I do with this that are going to make it so that if I was using inferior glass, it'd be very easy to scratch it. Number one is almost the first thing I do every time I take my phone out of my pocket is I go like this. And it doesn't take much force to generate a micro scratch in regular glass. So I'm going to show you that in just a moment, how much force we have to apply to clean glass. Next up is the fact that I keep it in my pocket with a pair of headphones. So this little metal jack down here could be a real problem if it's not scratch resistant. So they did a demo here for me, and I'm going to try and replicate it as best I can, where they have a scale that just has regular glass on it. You put some ugly fingerprints on it and try to clean it. How much force does it take to actually effectively remove them? Anywhere from, hold on, that's not working. Anywhere from around 1,500 grams to 2 kilograms. So to put that in context, come on over here where they have the piece of Gorilla Glass that they've been using all day as far as I can tell, and there's a tiny little micro scratch in that corner that you're not going to be able to pick up on camera. This piece of their for comparison demo glass has a very significant scratch. They used 300 grams of force on both of these in order to generate those scratches. So there's not only the scratch resistance, but there's also break resistance. So particularly with touchscreen notebooks such as, check this out, this is how I carry my touchscreen notebook around, just to put that in perspective. Touchscreen notebooks such as the Aspire S7, which does use Gorilla Glass on the top panel, it's important to have a number of things. Number one is pressure resistance. So especially with Windows Blue coming, you're going to be pressing this bottom corner all the time. You can see the LCD panel freaking out about it, but the glass doesn't seem to care. Another thing is the fact that you're going to want to be able to flex it. You don't want your notebook to just break as soon as you go ahead and like move it around a little bit. So they showed us a pretty cool practical demo here of how Gorilla Glass can help you with this. So check this out. Here's regular soda lime glass, like the type you might find in Windows. Boom, boom, boom. Go ahead and get a wider shot of this so you can see that I haven't gotten like, you know, I'm not like leaning on the pencil or anything like that. This is how much force is required to break it. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that with this one, especially there's that start menu. Bye-bye start menu, die. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that with the Gorilla Glass here. Okay. I'm legitimately trying to break it because I actually don't own any stock in Corning. I don't really care if their glass succeeds in the test. Look at that, I broke the pencil. Okay, so there's that. Next up, there's the fact that not only can you break these with a pencil, but you can also break them with your fingers. So I'm going to try and position my mic so I can actually do this demo. So check this out. Boom. Boom, just like that. Ah, it's broken, oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that with Gorilla Glass. Okay, so that's not going to work either. Next up is the flex test. So when I take this, and you saw what I did to my notebook just like 2 seconds ago. Yeah, that I'm not actually pressing that hard. So there, that'll give you some idea of what kind of a bend radius we're getting with the regular glass that is now completely broken. Now I'm going to use the same piece of Gorilla Glass, and I'm going to do something similar, and we are going to have a bit of a problem here because it's not actually going to break. The last demo that they finished off with is just taking it, slamming it down on the floor where it flipped around a couple times and stomped around. Okay. Now, I don't weigh a ton, but either way, if you have someone who does weigh a little bit more than me stomping all over your notebook, maybe we should do a notebook stomp. What do you think? Guys, should I stomp on the No, I'm just kidding. Guys, don't miss any of our coverage of Computex 2013. As always, don't forget to subscribe to NCIX Tech Tips for more videos like this from your favorite retailer, NCIX.com.